Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the Rugby Rave here live from the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center in Phoenix, Arizona. For Para Sports Live, I'm Tony Jackson. The video for this live stream today being brought to you by HTN Sports, Para Sports Live and HTN working together to bring you all of the action from this beautiful facility. Our next match, getting ready to tip off right now, the home team, Ability 360 Heat Yellow versus the Portland Pounders. Both teams looking to get their first victory of this competition. And it looks like taking the tip off at the center for the 360 Heat Yellow team, number 23, Jake Zunich. And we are underway here. 360 going in and scoring the first point of the match. Nick Springer, number 9, doing the honors. And now Portland looking to quickly tie it up here. And there is the Pounders' first point of the match. Again, both teams looking for their first victory of this competition. And we've already got our first spill of the match. Looks like Chance Sumner, excuse me, was the one to go over. And there's another point for 360 Yellow, Ernie Chun. And now for the Pounders. That ball comes out to Springer, Nick Springer now for Ability 360. Trap, but he passes it off to Chun. Now the Pounders are surrounding 360 Heat Yellow, but the pass nicely done by Chun. Finding Jake Zunich. He's trying to weave his way in. Springer trying to open up a space, but he can't do it. But Zunich finds another opening. And 360 Heat with another point on the board. About 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first period. And now Orozco Nunez for Portland, racing down the floor. Stopped nicely done by Chun. Good defense there. And a good pass. Nicely done over the shoulder. Pass ties this match up at 3 apiece. Looks like we're going to have our first timeout of the match. About 2 minutes gone by here in the first period, and as you can see, we're all knotted up at 3. Now we're back into the action again. And Nick Springer for the 360 Heat Yellow with another point. But it looks like we're going to restart play because Orozco Nunez took a tumble. And so now the action resumes. And Ernie Chun trying to work his way through. The Pounders do good to hold him off, but it's not quite enough as Jake Zunich now scores another point for 360 Heat. Pounders with another goal. Jake Wheeler with the point. We're level at 4 once again. And it looks like Ernie Chun lost a tire, so take a quick break to get him back in working order again. Zunich now for 360 Heat. Trying to get over the line, and he loses the ball. Can Chun pick it up? No, he can't, but a nice move by Orozco Nunez to recover for the Pounders. Nunez looking for a teammate, and he found one. Seth McBride taking it over the line. Pounders now in the lead. Again, if you're just joining us, both these teams looking to secure their first victory of this competition. Both teams going 0-2 yesterday. It looks like we're going to get a foul on the play. Let's see what the call is here. Well, it looks like the Pounders are going to get the ball. Orozco Nunez setting up, allowing his teammates to get into place. And Orozco Nunez, and the referee's going to award a point there after Orozco Nunez was bumped out by Springer. And the 360 Heat with another point by Ernie Chun. And the Portland Pounders reciprocate, adding another one of their own. Spurla now with the inbounding pass. We're going to take a quick timeout. Pounders, after fighting with the 360 Heat Yellow team, have taken a 2-point lead. And while we wait, once again, I want to thank you all for joining us today. Beautiful day in Phoenix, Arizona, and typically this time of year is when you want to be there. Now we've resumed action here on the West Court, and Nick Springer will take it over the line. It's now 7-6 in favor of the Pounders. Oh, and there's a turnover, and that is going to be awarded to 360 Heat. Springer now with the ball once again. Nice little collision there between Sperle and McBride. And Nick Springer weaves his way through and scores another point for the Heat. Roscoe Nunez back the other way, regaining the lead for the Pounders. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first period. Springer, and a nice collision there from McBride, but he can't stop Springer from passing it over to Zunic, who scores another point for the 360 Heat. And once again, as you can see here, we are level at 9. And it looks like Chun lost another tire, so we're going to take a brief pause in the action. We've got another game coming up for you after this. The Ninjas are taking on the 360 Heat Black team. We'll be bringing you all of that action in just a little bit. And then after that, we will proceed to the playoff rounds here on day 2 of the Rugby Rave here at Ability 360. Zunic working his way down the floor. Roscoe Nunez stops him. Nicely done. And that gives Portland an opportunity to get back together on defense. Almost a turnover there, but 360 manages to hang on. And now Nunez, that was Zunic over to Springer with another point. And these teams are just going back and forth right now. Some pretty good defense, but both teams have been able to figure out how to make their way through. Orozco Nunez trying to get around Ernie Chun. Trying to fight his way through. He's going to have to pass the ball off. Let's see. Nope. He holds on. Looking to pass out. Now, not too many options for him here. Can he get to over the line before time runs out? He's got 40 seconds to score. We've got about 5 seconds left, and it looks like Pounders may have called a timeout here. So Pollock now for Portland. Trying to find a teammate. He sends it into McBride. And he didn't get it off in time, so that's going to be a turnover in favor of 360. So now the 360 Heat with an opportunity to regain the lead here as we wind down the final moments of this first period. Springer under pressure by Orozco Nunez, and it looks like Orozco Nunez is going to get called for an illegal use of hands. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go off the floor for a few moments. Again, an illegal use of hands by number 4, Orozco Nunez. Zunic for 360 Heat. Working his way down the floor, and he's just going to hold on to the ball for a few moments. Trying to waste a little bit more time. As you can see, Portland's going to have about 40 seconds or so to score the final point of this first period. So they can run the clock all the way down. Nice hit by Spurler there. McBride in a little bit of trouble. Can he make his way through? And he's got to call a timeout. He wasn't going to get over the line in 12 seconds, so McBride forced to call a timeout. Good job by the 360 Heat defense. Quick update from the East Court. The London Annihilators have a slim lead over the Oscar Mike Militia at 16-15. And back here on the West Court, Seth McBride. Nice little move there by McBride. He's not over the line, though, so he's going to have to back out and look for a teammate. Orozco Nunez gets the ball. Orozco Nunez, he's going to score another point. Nicely done. Good defense by the 360 Heat, but even better job by the Pounders to find their way through. And so it looks like the 360 Heat are going to have the last opportunity to score before the period is over. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, and tumbling over goes Brian Spurlett. And we're going to have to stop play for a moment. Now he's back up once again in the upright position. And it looks like that is officially, let's see here. Looks like we're at the end of the period now, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, period number 2, you're watching the 2018 Rugby Rave from the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center in Phoenix. Both teams are back out on the floor. We are about to start the second period here. This match, the Portland Pounders versus the 360 Heat Yellow team. We're coming to you live from the West Court at the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center in Phoenix, Arizona. For Paris Sports Live, I'm Tony Jackson, working today with our friends from HTN Sports and Orozco Nunez with a point for the Pounders, gives them the 1-point lead. 12-11, our score now. And there's a long pass down the floor, and Zunic is there to pick it up and bring the game level again. And McBride just backs it over the line. Just over 30 seconds gone by here in the second period. The 360 Heat trying to equalize. Nicely done by Orozco Nunez to stop Zunic in his tracks, and now he's got to regain himself here and try to find another way to bring the score back. And he passes off to Chun to do just that. It is now level at 13. McBride trying to get around Springer. And the pass over to Orozco Nunez. And with the way these two teams are going, it looks like they're just going to be trading points back and forth. And a lot of times it just comes down to who can make the least amount of mistakes. And that will oftentimes determine the winner of a match like this, especially when the two teams are so closely contested. Kip Johnson in the match for the Pounders. Orozco Nunez trying to get around Chun. Orozco Nunez. Another point for Portland. Springer. Springer with the ball, trying to get around Johnson, and he does. Nick Springer adding to the 360 Heat point tally. Once again, we're all tied up at 15. Chun tries to hit Orozco Nunez, but he does nicely to avoid that hit. And Orozco Nunez trying to work his way through, and he does. Good strong move by John Orozco Nunez. Zunich trying to get around Orozco Nunez now. And now Zunich stopped by McBride. Zunich in trouble. Zunich loses the ball. Orozco Nunez for Portland picks it up. And now he loses the ball. And it goes out in favor of the 360 Heat. I mentioned it a few moments ago. Oftentimes the difference in games like this is who can minimize the mistakes out there on the floor. And right there we just saw a turnover by both teams. So essentially for the Heat, kind of cancels each other out. So Nick Springer now starting the attack again for 360 Heat. McBride tries to hold him off but can't get enough of him. McBride over to Orozco Nunez. Johnson tried to hold off Chun but couldn't do it. Orozco Nunez being swarmed by Heat defenders. Oh, and he loses the ball. Who's going to pick it up? It looks like Ernie Chun for the 360 Heat is going to come away with it. And now they are back in the lead, 17-16. A little under 4.5 minutes to go before halftime. Orozco Nunez in, tumbling down to the floor. It looked like Max Woodbury. We're going to have to stop play for just a moment as the staff come out to try to get him back on all four wheels. And Woodbury is good to go again, so McBride for the Pounders will inbound to Orozco Nunez. McBride trying to clear an alley for him, but Orozco Nunez finds another space. He can't push through, but McBride's right there to take the ball and add point number 17 for the Pounders. Springer gets past the defenders and will reclaim the lead for his team. 18-17 the score. And the pass down the floor over to Woodbury. McBride now with the ball. Orozco Nunez Roscoe Nunez just trying to find the small space there to work his way through. Roscoe Nunez over to McBride, and Portland resets, and it looks like they're going to call a timeout. Let's see what happened here. Now, it looks like it was a foul, so a turnover. But Portland gets it right back. And a great opportunity for Ability 360. Squandered, and Portland takes advantage. Now Zunic over to Chun. Chun over to Springer. Good movement. McBride over to Woodbury. Orozco Nunez now with the ball. McBride streaking down the floor. Kip Johnson trying to hold off Ben Goss, and he does well. Orozco Nunez stopped right before the goal line, and so now Seth McBride takes it over. Still lots of time here left in the first half as the 360 Heat yellow team tries to regain their lead. Again, these teams have been going back and forth throughout the first half so far. A few turnovers by both sides, and it looks like that might be one right there. And the referee says the ball was caught in time. That is going to count, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done. And the Heat regain the lead once again. And there's a turnover. Chun now trying to back his way over the line. And Woodbury wasn't going to catch him in time. So now the lead is 2 for the 360 Heat. Orozco Nunez trying to trim it back down a little bit. He doesn't want the game to get too far away from his team. Zunic in a little bit of trouble, but he manages to pull his way out of there. Zunic surrounded by 2 defenders. Chun gets the ball. Ernie Chun for 360 Heat. Goss trying to free him up a little bit. Nicely done. Chun over to Goss. Goss is stopped at the line. Orozco Nunez putting pressure on. Goss in a little bit of trouble there. Chun trying to find his way through, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Solid defense by the Portland Pounders. Now play has resumed. Springer tries to get over the line, and he does. He got 2 wheels over before he hit the cone. And Seth McBride doesn't agree. That was really close, but the official says Springer made it over the line. He has to get through cleanly, unless, of course, the defender pushes him over. The referee said Springer did, so now Roscoe Nunez comes back the other way for the Pounders. Time winding down here in the first half. Pounders keeping it close, but they trail by 1 at the moment. Springer over to Chun. Running Chun now. Nice pass over to Goss, who goes over the line. And this should be the final play of the half. And if Portland executes properly, that they will trim the lead down to 1. Got about 15 seconds left to score. McBride over the center line. Tries to get around Goss, and he does. He's just going to hold on for the final moments here. Goss trying to push him over the line. And he gets over before the end of the half. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to conclude the first half of action. It's the Portland Pounders trailing by 1 to the home side 360 Heat Yellow team. We're going to take a little break, and we'll come back with the second half. You are watching the 2018 Ability 360 Rugby Rave. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin the second half of the Portland Pounders versus the 360 Heat Yellow team. 360 Heat leading by 1, 23-22. On the other court, a quick update. The London Annihilators leading the Oscar Mike Militia 29-27. They are also getting ready to start the second half. For Para Sports Live, I'm Tony Jackson, joined by our friends from HTN Sports. And we're working together this weekend to bring you all of the action from the 2018 Rugby Rave here at the Ability 360 Center, Sports and Fitness Center in Phoenix, Arizona. And there is the first point of the second half scored by the Ability 360 Heat. It's now 24-22. And Seth McBride for the Pounders, trying to work his way down the floor. And a nice pass over to Orozco Nunez for the point. And now 360 Heat trying to work down the floor, and it looks like a couple players are stuck. Let's see what happens here. Another point for 360 Heat. McBride over to Orozco Nunez. Orozco Nunez now trying to work his way around. Springer's there. Orozco Nunez finds a small opening, makes his way through. It's now 25-24 in favor of the Heat. McBride with another point, and the Portland Pounders have tied the match at 25. Now Obano Serrano with the ball for the Heat. Serrano over to Chun. Ernie Chun now trying to work his way through this Portland defense. Ernie Chun just recently named to the 2018 Paralympic team training squad. And nice defense there by Orozco Nunez. Well done. So now the Heat will inbound, and Ernie Chun will try once again to regain the lead for the Heat. And Serrano right there, bullet pass from Ernie Chun puts the Heat back up by 1. McBride racing. Chun does very well to stop him. And it looks like, let's see here, trying to figure out what the call was, and it looks like it's going to be a throw. Well, it's going to be a throw-in for the Pounders. It looks like Chun was called for a foul. Roscoe Nunez loses the ball. Regains it, but he's stopped by Chun. And we're going to get another stoppage in play here. And while we have a brief pause in the action, the game on the East Court, London Annihilators and Oscar Mike Militia, tied at 30, about 6 minutes left to go in that period. And it looks like everybody's ready to go once again, so Portland now setting up the pass. Oh, and it's cut off by Chun. Nicely done using those long arms to disrupt that pass. Now Orozco Nunez in trouble, has to call a timeout. Ernie Chun using that incredible reach of his to disrupt the Pounders' attack. And the Pounders trying to tie this game up again. You can see all of the people here at the Ability 360 Center here today and all weekend long. Again, tomorrow, the last day of this competition, the championship matches. So if you are in the Valley of the Sun, I recommend that you stop by and check out this competition. Orozco Nunez for the Pounders now, taking the ball. He almost lost it. Now Chun tries to stop him, and he does. Great job, Ernie Chun, but Orozco Nunez manages to free himself and score a point for the Pounders. Where once again, we are level at 26. Serrano for the Heat. Serrano almost loses the ball. Orozco Nunez, and Serrano does well to get away, but he's being harassed once again by Orozco Nunez. And now McBride coming over to Springer. Catches the pass, and another point for the 360 Heat. Orozco Nunez gets away from two defenders. And now he's got one more to beat in Ernie Chun. And Chun holds him off once again. Ernie Chun playing great defense. And now Sperley comes in to help out. Orozco Nunez, the pass to McBride. Robbie Pollock trying to hold off Springer, and he does. Good job. Great teamwork there by the Pounders. And ladies and gentlemen, with the way this game is going and both teams establishing the smallest of leads throughout this match, this one's going to come down to the wire, folks. And Chun forced to call a timeout as he was being hounded by two defenders. Still lots of time in this match. Both teams struggling to pull away from one another. Neither one has really been able to assert any kind of dominance or really gain any kind of momentum in this match, which is really a testament to both sides. I mean, once the game starts getting away just a little bit from one team, they manage to pull the momentum back and even things out. And you can see that by the score here as we are tied. Ernie Chun now being held up by Pollock. Chun looking to pass the ball down the floor, and he does. But that one is out of bounds. And the Portland Pounders now with an opportunity to retake the lead. Great defense by Pollock. And the Pounders now up 28-27. But again, once a team starts gaining some momentum, the other team finds a way to take that momentum right back. And let's see how the Heat will answer the call here. Springer with another point. Orozco Nunez. The score now 30-28 in favor of the Pounders. Quick update from the East Court. 3 minutes left to go in the third period. London Annihilators back in the lead 36-34 over the Oscar Mike Militia. It looks like the Heat were forced to call another timeout. No, it looks like actually it's going to be a turnover for the Heat, and the Portland Pounders now looking to increase their lead to 3. This will be the biggest lead of the match for either side. Let's see if they can convert. Orozco Nunez for Portland. McBride trying to clear some space for his teammate. Pollock also trying to do the same. Orozco Nunez tries to force his way through, and he can't do it. Orozco Nunez now finds another opening. And they lead by 3 with just over 2 minutes left to go in this third period. Zunic now for the 360 Heat. So it looks like the score is actually 30-29. So 2 points, still the biggest lead of this match so far. Orozco Nunez with another point, increasing that lead back to 2. Chun. Oh, and it looks like Zunic wasn't ready for that pass, and McBride takes it away. Big mistake by the 360 Heat, and now the Portland Pounders have a 3-point lead. Again, it looks like Zunic was not ready for that pass, and he turned around. That ball was right on his shoulder, and that was a turnover for the 360 Heat, and very well done by the Pounders to take advantage of that mistake and bring their lead to 3. Score 32-29, and we have a timeout on the floor. Again, the sport of wheelchair rugby, a lot of times, especially when you have even teams like we do here, it really comes down to who can make the fewest mistakes. And right now, it looks like the Portland Pounders are that team. Now Springer for the Heat tries to get around Orozco Nunez, and he does. And he brings the Portland lead down to 2. McBride trying to get down the floor. He's stopped by Chun and Zunic. The pass out to Orozco Nunez. Orozco Nunez does very well. Nice little move there to get around the Heat defenders. It's 33-30. And there is almost another turnover for the Heat, but it was last touched by Orozco Nunez. So it's going to be a throw-in for the 360 Heat. We have about 60 seconds left here in the third period. And Nick Springer now looking to take the ball up the floor, and he gets through that crowd. Good strong move by Springer. And here, Portland can pretty much hold on to the ball until there's about 5 or 6 seconds left. Let's see what they elect to do here. Now, Orozco Nunez did need to get over the center line before 12 seconds was up. So he's just going to score quickly, give the Heat the ball back. And now the Heat have an opportunity to bring the lead back down. Let's see if they decide to hold on for the final point. It looks like that's what they're going to do here. Nick Springer, the ball stops on the line, but now he decides to go over. Well done by the Heat. 5 seconds left. Let's see if Portland's going to have enough time to get across. I don't think they're going to. And they're not. So we're going to end the third period. Portland up 34-32. Quick update on the East Court. Oscar Mike Militia, after being down earlier in the third, are now up by 1. The score 39-38. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the fourth and final period, you are watching the Portland Pounders versus the 360 Heat Yellow team here at the 2018 Rugby Rave. Everybody is back out on the floor. We are about to start the fourth and final period here. Again, this match, the Portland Pounders lead the Ability 360 Heat Yellow team 34-32 for Para Sports Live. I'm Tony Jackson, working together with our friends at HTN Sports to bring you all of this action from the 2018 Rugby Rave here at the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center. And the Heat brought the game to within 1 Can the Pounders hold on to their lead, or will the Heat regain momentum? We have 8 minutes of game time to find out, and Orozco Nunez just using that speed to get around Ernie Chun, and the lead goes back to 2. Chun down the floor. Oh, and a huge collision there between Orozco Nunez and Chun, but Chun manages to keep himself upright and score another point. Orozco Nunez loses the ball. Can Chun get it before it goes out? He does. And now the Heat trying to cut that lead. Chun in trouble here. Orozco Nunez, great defense. Zunic now for the Heat. Get the ball back to Chun. And there is another turnover. McBride, not a good pass by Zunic. And now Orozco Nunez, a great opportunity for the Heat. Gone by the wayside as the Portland Pounders increase their lead back to 3. Jake Zunic for the Heat. Zunic stopped by McBride, nicely done, but Chun is there to take the pass, and it looks like the referee is going to say that Zunic hit the cone before passing off to Chun. So Portland Pounders are going to inbound the ball. Good defense by the Pounders there. And an update from the East Court. Oscar Mike Militia increasing their lead. It's now 44-39. And Orozco Nunez for the Pounders. Stopped by Zunic. McBride for Portland. And McBride over the line. Good job. Really kind of set free there by Kip Johnson. Nice work by Johnson to kind of clear that way for McBride. And Springer with another point. McBride racing Chun, trying to stop him, but he couldn't catch him in time. And the Pounders, once again, up by 3. There's certainly some time left in this match for the Heat to make a comeback, but they're going to have to start something soon. Otherwise, the Pounders are just going to keep increasing that lead and pull away. Zunic. Let's see. And it looks like Chun, once again, has lost a tire. Let's see here. No, it's a turnover by the Heat. 360 Heat now in trouble as Portland looking to capitalize here and increase their lead even more. Orozco Nunez trying to work his way around. Oh, and he's stripped by Chun, but McBride is there to pick it up. Good job by Seth McBride. The pass to Orozco Nunez, who scores another point for the Pounders. And I have to say the Pounders have done a really good job of forcing the Heat into turnovers and forcing them to make mistakes. And as a result, they're up by 4. Serrano for the Heat now, stripped by Orozco Nunez. And once again, just great defense by the Pounders. And Portland now up by 5. 4.5 minutes left to go in this match. And things are quickly unraveling for the 360 Heat yellow team. Chun trapped, hooked by Max Woodbury. And there is another turnover. Ladies and gentlemen, Portland just relentless right now. And their lead has swelled to 6 in a matter of moments. Portland firmly in control here as 360 Heat are just struggling to get the ball across the center line, but finally Springer able to do that and bring that Portland lead back down to 5. But what a flurry there by the Portland Pounders. And not a lot of time came off the clock during that little run there for Portland. McBride, Orozco Nunez with the ball now. Portland with a comfortable 6-point lead. And Springer with a long pass down the floor. It's broken up. And it looks like the 360 Heat are going to take the ball, still down by 6. Quick update on the other court, 3.5 minutes left. Oscar Mike Militia leading 48-42 over the London Annihilators. That pass over to McBride. And the Portland Pounders just absolutely streaking right now. Pulling away in dominating fashion. 43-36 the score. As the 360 Heat yellow team just try to pick themselves up off the floor and score some points. And Goss, and it looks like he's going to score that point. He was a little bit shaky with the control there at the ball, but referee says that he had it as his wheels crossed over the line. So that's a point for the 360 Heat. But then there's another one right back for Portland. And the lead is back up to 7. It looks like we've got a timeout on the floor. And while we have a quick break, first of all, let's catch our breath. Second of all, Portland, absolutely dominant from about 4.5 minutes down. They really went on a tear. And as you can see here, their lead is once again 7. And you have to say that little flourish there by Portland was pretty much what was going to take them over the top here for this match. And if things hold true, the Portland Pounders will earn their first victory of the competition, leaving the 360 Heat yellow team still searching for a win. But the match isn't over yet. Anything can happen. We'll see how the final 2.5 minutes play out. But 360 Heat have a lot of work to do, and it's not going to happen like that. A turnover in favor of Portland. Nice move by Mike Summerson. And now he will just take the ball himself. And the lead is 8. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is probably just about going to do it for the 360 Heat. Great defense there by Mike Summerson. Zunic with a point. Wheeler, Jake Wheeler for Portland. McBride tried to bump pass it over to Summerson, and he does. Good heads-up play by McBride. And Summerson with another point. The lead is 8. Zunic looking for some space, can't find it. Serrano will take it over the line. And at this point, it's pretty much just purely aesthetic in terms of score, because the Portland Pounders are going to come away with a victory here in this match as Summerson takes the ball over the line again. As you can see on the other court, the Oscar Mike Militia and London Annihilator still going there. At our last update, Oscar Mike was up. Just a few moments left in the match. And if you're just joining us, you missed the Portland Pounders going on an absolute tear during this fourth period. And that has put them up by 8. We've got 30 seconds left in this competition. Let's see if they can break the 50 mark, or if the 360 Heat are just going to hold on and let time run out, which is what it looks like is going to happen here. Goss is going to take it over the line. 6 seconds left. And Portland just going to hold on and let time run out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the match. The Portland Pounders, with a flurry in the fourth period, pull away and win this one by 7. 48-41 is your final score. And if we can get an update from the other court, we'll be sure to share that with you. But again, if you're just joining us, it was really back and forth in this match for the better part of 3.5 quarters. But then all of a sudden, the Portland Pounders turned it on and just broke away. And the Heat just could not catch up. So this match is over. 48-41 your final score. We'll wait just a moment to see if we can get an update from the East Court. Coming up next, we have the Ninjas versus the 360 Heat Black team. And we'll have that for you in about 45 minutes. And we'll hold on for just another moment to see if we can get an update from the other court. Again, we have more matches today. This is our first of 4. Coming up next, as you just heard a few moments ago, Ninjas versus 360 Heat Black Team. And then we're going to move on into the playoff rounds. So we'll be here to bring you all of the action from the West Court here at the Ability 360 Sports and Fitness Center. And we do have a final score update from the East Court. Oscar Mike, Militia.